Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video slash episode on this podcast slash YouTube channel. If you are new, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. Please excuse my voice, y'all. I don't know why I feel like over the weekend I've had a little bit of a throat bug. But I wanted to push through and give you guys your one video of a week. Because period. I love to be here. But anyway, let's get on into it. It is a podcast episode. It is speaking from the heart, thoughts, feelings. Um, and yeah, I know y'all are here for a reason. So, as you guys know, we have entered a certain time of year. We have entered the holly jolly, getting cozy, getting cold outside. It's cuffing season. Y'all know we've entered the Burmas, the birds, and why do I feel like September is low key already flying by a little bit? I'm like, oh, we're already in the teens? T. Okay. But what happens in the bird months, y'all? Typical cuffing season. Well, what we say. It doesn't always work out like for everybody, but there's a twist. A lot of young people like to be outside in summer and do hood rat and all that. And then when it gets to December, a lot of people, blah, blah. I'm a lover girl 24/7, but I'm interested in, you know, during the bird months. And I feel like I wanted to make this episode some thoughts and feelings I have and I want to take with me through this journey. And also just to uplift you guys because we're all in this together. No High School Musical. Because it's been on my mind. So, as most of my podcast episodes, it's a double whammy. It's for me and it's for you. I made a really, really stupid story time a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point, when I was talking about this crazy man from a dating app, as I do. And I think I said how, once again, also this man was older than me and how he was super shocked. And I remember he called me bold. He called me bold because I asked, like, do you talk to people exclusively? I talk to people exclusively. So, like, that's what I expect. I'm just trying to get a feel? Because as always, when relationships start, I don't know why people always be trying to downplay women and what they want. You can't ask for that. You can't say that up front, blah, blah. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Girls, ladies, women, we are the prize. Like, we can say whatever we want. At the beginning of the relationship, the whole principle is, yeah, of course, no one's yours yet. No one has to listen to what you say, but you're just setting the standard. If someone doesn't want to meet that standard, there's a problem with something that you require, then out of there, right? So I was just seeing where he was at with that. And he was like, wow, like, you're so bold. Okay. Like, you just want to talk 101. And I remember in the story time, I was very much blank staring, like, nigga, how is that bold? Like, how is that bold? To me, it's very normal to get to know one person one at a time. Like, how am I bold? But he was just like, oh, because, like, not everyone wants to do that or says that up front. And it had me thinking how I think it's pretty corny to call me bold because of that. But in one instance, I do understand uh, what he means. That not everyone wants to say it. I feel like cuffing season and this whole thing, I made a little TikTok about it, can be over before it starts for a lot of people because a lot of people, that whole saying, like, closed mouths don't get fed, we're so scared, I feel like, to be perceived and to be authentic because I feel like it's like everyone is like an eye for an eye out here. Like, do you want that? I don't. I want that. Do you want that? I don't, but I'm not gonna say that because what if they don't know? What's your answer first? Or maybe I'll just more. Everyone is like, we're all more alike than we think. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people who date way differently than me, who are a lot differently than me, but I feel like it's just like we all have this wall, like this mask that we try to put on when a lot of us want love and want that authenticity and want loyalty more than we say, but we're all so just like hurt that it's like we're not believing it's out there. or you never know how people are going to react to those things. And that feeling I can 100% relate to if you've already been here, y'all. Like I said, a lot of people I feel like have to come out of their shell of speaking up for what they want. You know, the whole conversation. If you have a question, just ask. If you feel something, just tell someone, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people, it's like, I feel like growing up, probably in this society, it's like they tell you that, but then a lot of people don't really mean that. Or it could be how you've grown up. Maybe you've been silenced in your home when it comes to emotions and stuff. How I've had the opposite experience of a lot of people having to like rip that part of them out and be that outspoken. I was like that kid that I feel like always was like, raise my hand if I have a question. If I don't understand in class, like ask someone why, ask someone how. Like I feel like I've always had that. What do you mean? Like if I'm thinking it or if I'm feeling it or whatever, I want to know, like I should just say it. Like that's like who I've always been at the core. But when you grow up and you deal with people who haven't like reached that part of themselves of authenticity and knowing what they want and thinking it's okay to, communicate basically, and who give you negative reactions or who feel like what you're asking for is too much, or who make your communication or your wants and desires a big negative deal, is why a lot of people tend to suppress that and be like, let me see where that's at, or maybe I don't want to do that because I don't want to, blah, blah, blah. I've been there. I've been there in relationships where I felt like silence is probably better, shrinking myself and my desires is probably better, blah, blah, blah. And that's a place I never want to be in again. And I'm never going to be again. So I just say that to say, even though I feel like I was born with that outspokenness, I completely understand the other side again of people just having it out for each other. Like, we're just going to see, we've all been hurt. What do they want? What do I want? No, what do you want? Like, I totally get it. I found so much power in regaining this part of myself after letting men make me feel like that. And I love it here. But we all have triggers and a conscience and insecurities, and, where sometimes I do go back and forth where I'm like, I really want to say something. I really want to say this. I really want to express this bothers me or but I mean, there's two reasons. Like, one, you should always think about how you feel and how you want to come about things, because tone, communication is everything. You don't want to make the other person feel a type of way, and you want to make sure it's you're laying it all out. But also second guessing myself again because of dealing with abuse, dealing with terrible men, dealing with stuff like that. There's definitely always sometimes going to be a little bit of second guessing when I don't know a person as to like, how are they going to react? How are they going to react to me asking to have my cup filled and what I expect and all that? It's like I go back and forth because you already know me. I'm strict. I run a strict program around here. You could get blocked. You could get all of that real quick. But it gets a little bit more tricky when, you know, there's someone and you start to feel for someone, which is like when I feel like the balance really comes into play. Like obviously when it's someone you don't know, like your era and all that, it's giving like it's so easy to write people off. But when you know someone, especially when you start to feel them, it's always like not always, because but it tends to happen. You think like, does it have to be this and this, or do I have to this? Could I deal with this? You start thinking like to compromise or what's really worth it. It's just like the unknown is scary for people who have been through it. Is basically what I'm trying to say. And I'm in some new territory right now. I'm definitely feeling that. But again, how this video is for me and you. I always have to wake back up again and be like, the corniest saying, I know. What's meant for you is meant for you. We know everybody said that a million times. But it's literally so true. It's been proven time and time again. Like, it can hurt when someone doesn't fit the mold or fit where you thought that this was going, but it's extremely necessary, y'all. Like, I feel like the stuff I used to deal with when I was younger, like, now it's like sometimes I just struggle a little bit with like how I want to go about things or explaining my desires and what I require, when it's a new person. But back then, it was just like me saying it, and even just the reactions. I'm like, the reactions that some people would give me over the simplest stuff, over asking for a crumb. It's like, and I would still stay and be apologetic, is absolutely fucking insane. Like, I just look back and I'm like, whoa, now if a nigga reacted to me like that, you'd be blocked, nigga. So I love seeing that side of me, of the growth of like the stuff I used to let hurt my feelings and let kind of make me shrink again versus the things now that I know I would never go for. Empress energy over here. But it's a real thing. What's meant for you will always find you. Nothing can get in the way. Not there's no this, and that. You know how people talk about, oh, knock on wood, don't speak about it yet, or blah blah. If something or someone is meant for you, it doesn't. It's gonna find its way through all that because it's literally meant to be here. And like I said, I've seen it in my past, like me saying things, getting this reaction, finding out someone has this opinion. I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe it's cool. Like, I'm so glad I said that. Because now I know exactly what to do. Like, it's like speaking your mind and not being quiet about what you desire when it comes to love and dating specifically will absolutely never do you wrong. It will never do you wrong because you deserve everything you wrote out in that list, girl. I have a list, y'all. I have a list. Like I said, embarking on like this new journey, I'm like, I look, you need to go back and look at that list. Like, I'm curious, but it's just so crazy how I feel like, especially women, like in this world, they try to tell you so much. Like, it's the difference between what men can expect out of like a wife versus what women can expect out of a husband is astronomically crazy. Crazy. Like, for the man, it's like, yes, he can have a career and a family and a wife and a this and a that. But it's like when women become parents, like, y'all are so bitter. Like, how dare she do anything but be a mother? How dare she still have a sexuality? How dare she still have friends and take trips without her kid? Like, it's just crazy. And I love, like, everybody, I hate Gen Z. I don't. I love unlearning this propaganda. Like, something I'm loving more in my confidence growing up is like how I feel like we all have opinions on dating or why not we wouldn't talk to someone, or maybe not all. Maybe not everybody's as picky and strict as me. But you know, there's some things where I'm like, there's some things, and then I'll literally see a TikTok, especially by their black woman, saying it out loud, and I'm like, also, it's not just me. Like, yo, we are literally more alike than we want. Like, I'm so tired of people being like, oh, you can't judge a man based off of this. You wouldn't date a man just because of this out of his past or that out of his past. Who cares? Like, they treat men like I want this and that and this and that and blah blah. Like, and that, like, I'm so sick of like the back and forth when really women are the prize. So I'm the one who's gonna be pushing the children now. I'm the one that got the $1 million. Like, what? Like, we could literally have anything we want. I'm so tired of hearing people try to make us second guess that. Like, goodbye. If you don't want to date a man because he's in this profession, you go, girl. If you don't want to date a man because he follows this person or this many people, you go, girl. If you don't want to date, like, literally the options are endless. And I'm learning this too, how I'm like, some men have made me feel so small for explaining my standards or my desires or how I want to be loved, how I want to be treated, and all this stuff. But it's just like the more you step into your power and don't give a like, literally, I think I told y'all, Drew I follow. Big fan. Big fan. I'm feeling more and more like her every day. Men are on her every single day. Like, of course, just attacking her because she's a big brown woman who takes up space, who is loud, beautiful, by the way. But also, just saying like the way she is and the way she tackles misogyny and all this stuff, acting like, oh, like remember before, like her husband, or yeah, her fiance was everywhere, acting like who would ever love someone like that woman, whatever it is. And then she popped out and said, ooh, like, why am I literally like, the more I grow up, why am I literally realizing that it's true? How they're like the meanest woman who tackle down, blah blah, be finding the best men, and I feel like that's my future and it's bright. Because why do I like, if y'all follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you should be coming from there. Why do I feel like that's like what my page has been giving lately? Like most of the time when I get hate comments, it's like men, especially when I'm talking about misogyny, like they be so mad at the stuff I say. Like I don't give, but like I feel like now that like I'm targeting that type of hate, like you that when you guys all this conversation, I just know. I just know. I'm closer to where I need to be. Like another angel gained her wings. But yeah, guys, especially women, especially my brown woman, especially my black woman, say what you want to say. Tell him what you want. Tell him what you need. Tell him what it's gonna be. Because that's literally all you can do. All you can do is talk, speak it into existence, set your boundary. Well, what one man's whoa, that's way too much is another man's like, damn, like that's actually so sexy that she communicated that. Got it. And is. And is. All right, everybody. Ready, set, date. No, for real. Like, I just feel like this message is needed year round because getting back into dating and all that stuff can be scary and nerve wracking, but can also be very exciting and liberating to go into it this way, like with this confidence of like, this is where I'm at. You meet me up there or you're gone. And like I said, I'm making this video to take my own advice too. Because it's scary, y'all. It's scary. It's scary. Like it is scary getting back into it after dating terrible men, getting to know new people that don't know you. You don't know where they'll stand and all that. But all I know is when you speak your truth and you are authentic, you're gonna come out on the other side with what you need. With what you need. It's never failed me. Every single time I've told a man to fuck off. That's another healthy balance of all this too, y'all. I think I've explained this on my channel so much, how it's like when I first started dating, I think I was like a little bit too mean to men, and then when I fell in love and I found compassion in men and people who have been through terrible things, I think I got a little too soft, like letting them walk all over me and not cussing them out enough for the bullshit they did to me. And I'm like, now I feel like I have a healthy balance. Like, yes, 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 yes. Empathize with people, understand where they come from, understand people are different to you. That one Dr. Umar meme, maybe your mom didn't spend enough time with you. Like, yes, 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 do all that, but it's still when you got me fucked up, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Like, I don't have to be kind and sweet to people who lost their fucking mind. And I think that's the real spiritual girl balance as a girl with a microphone who normally preaches on the calmer side, but it's a healthy balance, y'all. Cuss a man out every once in a while. Like cuss him out, and tell him to go fuck himself. Yeah. My name is Alicia, and I approve this message. Especially because I said the whole message. But you know what I mean? As always, in every podcast episode, I hope I said something that spoke to you, that made you feel seen, heard in any type of way. Y'all know that's why I do it. Like I said, these videos are for me and for you. Any like minded people who love hard, critically think, are just doing it, are just taking it, are just taking it. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Check out my other podcast episodes. Check out my socials in the link down below. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.